Hi everyone, my name is Kevin and tax day is fast approaching on April 15th, and every time I do my taxes I'm always reminded of how much money I have to pay in taxes. Now I realize this isn't the most exciting topic. Talking about taxes is about as exciting as watching paint dry on the wall. No one enjoys doing it. But when it comes to saving money, that is quite enjoyable. And today I'm going to walk through 4 different techniques that I've learned over the years to reduce my tax bill. All of these techniques that I'm going to share today are completely legal. I don't want you going down the path of Wesley Snipes where you end up spending 3 years in prison. By the way, Wesley Snipes, really interesting story. His accountant basically advised him that money that he earned in the US did not need to be taxed. Only foreign earned money needed to be taxed. Of course, the IRS didn't agree with that, and he ended up going to prison. We are not going to talk about those. These are completely legal ways to reduce your tax bill, and these have been things that have helped me save a lot of money over time. The first technique that I'm going to recommend is simply maxing out your 401k. It's something that most companies offer within the US. Also, if you're a government employee, you have something called the Thrift Savings Plan. You could put up to $19,000 a year into that account. You should be maxing that out. Why is that, and how do you save taxes? Well, let's say you put $19,000 into this account. You have 2 options. You could either pay taxes up front, and then you invest that money and it'll grow tax-free. So when you eventually take all that money out of the account, you won't owe any taxes on that. Now that's a huge benefit. The other option is you could pay no taxes up front, you let that money grow tax-free, and at the very end, you decide to take your money out, and that's when you pay taxes. Either one of those is going to save you a lot of money in taxes. If you're not taking advantage of that, you should absolutely take advantage of that today. As icing on the cake, your company will probably also throw in a nice little match that'll make it even more attractive. My company, so I work at Microsoft, they have a very, very generous match. They match 50% of what you put into your 401k. So here in 2019, I could put $19,000 into a 401k with the Microsoft match. That means I get $9,500 of free money. It's a no-brainer to take advantage of that. You should absolutely do it. Now, on the topic of 401ks, I know, please don't fall asleep on me. This is going to save you lots of money. With a 401k, what you can also do is you could put $27,500 into an after-tax 401k. Why would you want to invest after-tax money into a 401k? What difference does that make? How am I saving money on taxes? Well, let me tell you. So you put $27,500 in an after-tax 401k, and then what the IRS allows you to do is you could take that after-tax money and you could roll that over into a Roth IRA. How does a Roth IRA benefit you? Well, once again, what that means is you pay taxes up front, and then that money grows tax-free for, let's say, the next 30, 40 years, and eventually when you start taking that money out, you don't owe any taxes on that. So that's technique number 2 of how to reduce your tax bill. Now, step number 3 is to absolutely put money into a Roth IRA. If you make at least $6,000 per year, you can put money into a Roth IRA. And especially if you're a high income earner, you can still take full advantage of a Roth IRA. So with a Roth IRA, you put $6,000 in, and then that money will grow tax-free, and eventually when you pull that out, it's basically free money at that point, safe from taxes. Now, if you're a very high earner, let's say you're making $200,000, $300,000 a year, and you still want to take advantage of a Roth IRA. I know, who makes that much money? But there are some people out there, and there might be some people who make that much watching this video. So I want to make sure I hook you up. So with a Roth IRA, they have income restrictions. If you make between $122,000 and $137,000, you have to reduce the amount you can contribute. If you get above $137,000, you're no longer allowed to contribute. But yes, there is a workaround. There's a simple way you can still get your money in. What you do is first you put your money into a traditional IRA, then you roll that over into a Roth IRA, and with traditional IRAs, there is no income limit. So really, regardless of what your income is, as long as it's above $6,000, you can put money into a Roth IRA. Another easy way that you could save money that's safe from taxes. The 4th way to save money from taxes is to use a health savings account. Now, what a health savings account is, you're allowed to put $3,500 in every single year as a single filer, or $7,000 as a couple. And so what that money is for is you basically invest that money, you don't pay any taxes on it, and if you use it for healthcare expenses, it's basically tax-free. But what's interesting is once you turn 65, you can take that money out and then you pay taxes on that money only when you take it out. So it's kind of like a traditional IRA. Now, those are 4 different ways you could reduce your tax bill. One of them is simply maxing out your 401k. The second technique is to make sure that you're contributing the full after-tax amount and then you roll that over into a Roth IRA. The third technique that I shared was to make sure that you're putting the full $6,000 into your Roth IRA. And the last technique is to make sure that you're taking advantage of a health savings account. There are many other techniques, there are many other ways you could save money, but these are 4 of the techniques that I take advantage of today and that have helped to reduce my tax bill. If you're looking for a good place to do your taxes, one of my favorite websites, I've used H&R Block, I've used TurboTax in the past. The one downside of those services is they charge money. If you want a free place to do your federal income taxes, try freetaxusa.com. That's freetaxusa.com. You could submit your federal income taxes entirely for free. I live in Washington State, so there are no state income taxes, so I only pay federal income taxes, but it's entirely free, no income limits. It's really a great service, and I like the interface better than TurboTax or H&R Block or other services out there. It's not a paid endorsement. They don't pay me. It's just a service that I found and I've been using and I really enjoy. So I also wanted to make sure I shared that with you as another way, not only those 4 techniques to save taxes, but to also reduce the amount of money you have to pay to do your taxes. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. That basically confirms to me that I'm producing content that's valuable, and I'll continue producing more content like this. If you want to see future content like this, hit that subscribe button. That way you'll get a notification anytime new content like this comes out. And if you found this content helpful, feel free to share it with a friend. That way they could also save money. If you don't like the person that much, maybe don't send them the video. That way they won't be saving money on their taxes. But who would do that? If you're a nice person, you'll share it with as many people as possible, because at the end of the day, I want to help you save money and you should help your friends save money. All right, well, this is a new format that I'm doing. I typically do lots of tech videos. I've also explored some other areas, but I'm really passionate about finance. I want to help as many of you save money as possible. These are techniques that have worked very well for me. I've saved a lot of money by doing it, and so I want to make sure I give back and also show you ways that you could save money. If you have any other techniques or tips, feel free to leave a comment. That way we could all benefit from the collective knowledge of everyone watching this video. All right, well, thanks a lot, everyone, and hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.